Thank you, Presiding Officer. I'd like to begin by thanking my friend and colleague Marie Goujon for securing this important debate on liaison entre action de développement économique rural, otherwise known as LEADER. LEADER is, of course, a community development scheme with funding by the European Union that has benefited many communities across Scotland, including in my own constituency of Renfrewshire South. The Greater Renfrewshire and Inverclyde Local Action Group, which is responsible for the delivery of LEADER in my area, takes in Renfrewshire, East Renfrewshire and Inverclyde local authority areas. Of the 17 different settlements covered by the Greater Renfrewshire and Inverclyde LAG, 7 fall within my Renfrewshire South constituency, namely Lochwinnock, Kilbarchan, Howwood, Brookfield, Linwood, Uplandmoor and Neilston, with the Craigends area of Houston also included. The social and economic diversity of these areas reflects the wide range of communities that benefit from LEADER. With over £2 million of funding, the Greater Renfrewshire and Inverclyde LAG has been supporting jobs and initiatives within Renfrewshire South, such as the Tag and Tack project at Clyde-Muirshiel Regional Park near Lochwinnock. Through the use of satellite tags, this project allows children to track the movements of lesser black-backed gulls and barn owls using geographical information system technology. Previous projects in Renfrewshire have included supporting community groups and the restoration of a historic building. And analysis of the 2007 to 2013 programme highlights a number of other positive impacts, including the creation of over 150 volunteering opportunities, 130 training places, the safeguarding of 13 jobs and the creation of an additional 3 jobs. Presiding Officer, just as important as the resources made available is also the way in which decisions are taken. The Greater Renfrewshire and Inverclyde LAG's local development strategy for 2014 to 2020 was developed following extensive engagement with the local communities. In Linwood, which was new to the LAG area, a consultation meeting was held with members of the community, representatives of local groups and key agency stakeholders, which generated a range of ideas for projects that would meet the needs of the local community. And it's telling of a range of communities that benefit from LEADER, because Linwood is not what one would normally associate as being a rural community. In East Renfrewshire, the Council undertook an online survey of interested parties, and such engagement like this means that the programmes of local action groups are effectively co-designed, contributing to our shared ambition to further empower our communities. Presiding Officer, it's clear to me that my constituents in the Renfrewshire South have benefited from LEADER, both in resources provided and in the opportunity to play a greater role in shaping their communities. Sadly, all of this is now under threat because of Brexit. Along with the majority of my constituents, in 2016 I voted Remain. Yet now we stand to see communities in Renfrewshire South undermined by the potential loss of programmes like LEADER, just as we see our local and national economies threatened because of fanatical hard-right Brexit ideologues in the UK government, and a few in here too. Presiding Officer, if the UK government is going to inflict this Brexit catastrophe upon us, then they have a duty to start setting out how they will compensate my constituents in Renfrewshire South and the many other communities across Scotland who currently benefit from LEADER. They have had nearly 2 years to get their act together on Brexit. The UK government better start coming up with answers, and they better start coming up with them fast.